Okay. Will, are you there? Hello, Will. I can see you.
Yeah, slight issue.
So what happened? Technical.
Yeah, you know.
So I was just explaining. I'm sort of gonna have to slide down that. Just explaining to everyone that this is the first time we've ever done anything like this that I know of with the Bunnyman, with yourself or Ian. So we really appreciate you doing it. And yeah, we put it out there to all the followers on Instagram, and they sent in a heck of a lot of questions for you. And you are.
I've got a heck of a lot of answers.
So we've sort of squeezed it down to a selection. So, but first things first, how are you getting on with lockdown?
It's not really a big deal to me, you know. I obviously I don't know anybody that's, you know, well, I know one person that's got the virus and it's pretty bad. But you know, it's not really affecting that much around here. Well, yeah, as far as I know, but I don't go anywhere or do anything or see anybody anyway.
You're a bit of a hermit.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. You know, I miss going to gigs, you know. Me and my mates go to the odd gig, you know, and I miss that. You know, we were going to go and see, I think it was Wolfgang Fleur.
Right.
And something happened that I couldn't go to that one. That was the last one. I missed that one.
Okay. So
yeah, we went to see, we were going to see lately.
So how you been keeping yourself busy?
Oh, I'm always busy.
You've been baking?
Yeah, I've been baking. Yeah, Wally from Chorley, he was our roadie, you know, one of our roadies, and like I did the sourdough thing a few years back, and I got into it, and then my starter died, and I just thought, oh God, it takes like a couple of weeks to get it going.
Yeah.
And but Wally, I've been talking to him, and he started doing it, and he was getting great results. So he's been like sort of like sourdough guru. We've been like sending pictures backwards and forwards, you know. It's kind of a thing to get into. I think it's like that sort of. It's like when you know there's some impending doom going on, that you go into like survival mode. Oh, I'll have to learn how to grow veg, or I'll have to learn how to make bread. You know, it's just it's like an instinct thing. So, but you know, good fun.
So good. Well, let's get into these questions. And the first, I hope I pronounce these names right. The first question is from Richard Hayward. So however you pronounce PF. Richard PF Hayward. And it says, Will, with the 40th anniversary of Crocodiles fast approaching, care to share any fond memories or stories from the recording of the album? 40 years ago. It's incredible. Instantly feel old now.
I feel old anyway, but you know, you don't feel old inside. You only feel old kind of like because you know you're old. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's all irrelevant, really, isn't it? It's just a number and all that. Yeah, Crocodiles was amazing. It was the first time we went to a proper studio, really. You know, where you stayed there and you lived there. You know, it's like an old farm that they've made into a complex. You know. And the stables were made into accommodation, and me and Les and Pete and Mac all had our own little spaces. And it was great. It was like sort of the first time, you know, people sort of treated you differently.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever come across that, where people treat you slightly differently because I don't know whether it's because you were paying the wages, you know, which you were in a way, you know, via the the record label, whatever was paying for it. It was great, and it was like it opened us up to loads of different things, and like the food was dead good. You know, there was a chef or a cook there that would like make anything you wanted. The fridge was always stocked. You know, one time we ran out of milk, and Hawkwind were up at the other studio. There's another studio there, and Hawkwind were up there. It's when Ginger Baker was playing with them.
Oh my God! Wow.
It might have been Evan up here, that one, or a bit later on, Porky.
Yeah.
But I remember we went to see Hawkwind and borrowed some milk off them. They were all like, this is like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, knocking on their door, like, which is a farmhouse up the road. Well, I think they were rehearsing for a tour or something with Ginger Baker. And that was, they're good. Like, there's like a sort of camaraderie thing going on with all the bands,
So was that rock thing?
While we were there. I think we just got there not long after Simpler Minds had left,
Right.
They did some stuff there early doors,
Fantastic. So
Ginger. We went to the pub with Ginger Baker and his little dog, Toe Rag. So we took him to the pub,
So was he as eccentric in the pub as he was?
No, he's just dead quiet. He was he's a Cockney geezer, you know what I mean? He's a geezer. But, or he was, but he wasn't like, nasty like that, He was all right. We just gave him a lift up the pub and we went to the pub in Monmouth. Bevies, and that's it.
There's a very good document. You see the documentary about him?
Yeah. Well, Mr. Baker.
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really.
But
good.
he is, he obviously is a bit of a character, or was a character.
Yeah. So, okay, I've got a question from someone called Mars World.
Oh yeah.
He says, "Hi, Will. Any chance of new Glide or Will solo stuff? What about Poltergeist? You still in touch with Les?" And someone else has also asked the same. It says, "Things Inside is one of my favourite records of the decade. Do you have any plans for another instrumental album?"
Yeah, I'm doing stuff all the time. I've got a little studio downstairs here, so I'm always doing bits and bobs. And I've been doing a little bit of collaborating with Kelly Stoltz in San Francisco.
All right.
That's going pretty good. It's kind of stuff that it's sort of earmarked for the Bunnymen, but nobody's interested. So cycle them a bit, and do them anyway. So it's just the way it is.
Well, what am I right in thinking when you're doing a collaboration like with Kelly there, didn't you, years and years ago, didn't you do a little bit of work, I don't think it was released, with British Sea Power at one point?
I went into the studio with them and did a bit of producing, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know whether it came out. It was all a bit weird, actually, because when I got there, they were still recording with some other lad producing from the day before. I think it was someone out of James or something like that. And so I got there ready to go, and they were still working on this other track, and it was eating into the time. So
right,
a big rush job,
Right.
And it was hard.